Nakuru's story begins. It started with a sound, the whistle of a train. The year was 1900. The Great Uganda Railway arrived. It sliced through the vast plains. A new stop in the Rift Valley. This was Nakuru, young and raw, a place of dust and dreams. Few people lived there then, only brave settlers and local tribes. Life revolved around the railway line. The train brought news. It brought supplies. It brought hope. The land was wild, untamed, but a seed of a town was planted. It was small, but determined. A tiny dot on a giant map. The name Nakuru comes from the Maasai, Nakuuro, they called it, meaning place of the swirling dust, or sometimes the dusty place. The early days were simple. Survival was key, building basic shelters, finding water, finding food. The railway was the lifeline, the promise of connection. This iron horse connected the interior. It linked it to the distant coast. Slowly, more people journeyed here. They saw potential in the land. They saw a future taking shape. Nakuru was not just dust. It was a place of possibility, the foundation of a town ready to grow. Kenya was stirring. Under British rule, Nakuru grew. Its pace began to quicken. European settlers arrived in numbers. They saw the fertile land, rich soil, perfect for farming. Large farms were established. Wheat and coffee began to flourish. A formal town started to appear. Roads were laid, buildings rose. Nakuru was taking form. But this growth had a shadow. Exclusive clubs were built, for Europeans only. Society was clearly divided. Segregation was a painful reality. The colonial administration had plans. They saw Nakuru as important, a key agricultural center. Services improved, but for whom? This was a time of ambition and unfairness. A complex chapter. Then came the winds of change. The Mau Mau rebellion stirred. It shook the White Highlands. Nakuru felt the tension deeply. Fear and uncertainty spread wide. Kenyans were finding their voice. A powerful call for freedom. A demand for self-rule grew louder. The ground was shifting. Change was inevitable now. Independence was on the horizon. Kenya was on the cusp of a new dawn. Nakuru stood at a crossroads. Different communities felt different things. There was hope for a new beginning. There was also anxiety about the future. Power dynamics were changing fast. The colonial era was ending. A new Nakuru was waiting, ready to be born. Kenya gained independence. The year was 1963. A new flag flew high. A new spirit filled Nakuru. People came from all over Kenya. They sought new lives here. Nakuru became a true melting pot. Different cultures, different tribes, living and working together. A feeling of hope was strong. Nation building had begun. The 1970s brought a boom. Nakuru's economy flourished. Farms produced abundantly. New industries started to grow. The town was vibrant, alive. It was seen as a land of opportunity. Its markets buzzed with energy. Its streets were full of life. People worked hard. They dreamed of better futures. Nakuru was thriving. But difficult times lay ahead. The 1990s brought pain. Political violence erupted. Ethnic clashes scarred the land. Nakuru was deeply affected. Communities were divided. Hardship touched many lives. The town's spirit was tested. Yet, even in darkness, resilience shone. Ordinary people held on. They prayed for peace. The journey to recovery was hard. It was slow and challenging. Community leaders stepped forward. Citizens worked for reconciliation. They sought to heal the wounds, to rebuild trust between neighbors. Nakuru had to find its way back. Its people showed great strength. They refused to let division win. The desire for unity was powerful. Nakuru would rise again. The new millennium brought change. After 2010, a new constitution. Nakuru became a county headquarters. This brought renewed energy, a fresh focus on development. Governance structures improved. Urban planning became important. Infrastructure projects began. Roads were upgraded, services expanded. Nakuru was modernizing fast. The town continued to expand. Its growth was steady, visible. New businesses opened their doors. Housing estates spread outwards. Schools and colleges were built. The population kept increasing. This brought new opportunities. It also brought new demands. The spirit of enterprise was strong. Nakuru was on the move, looking towards a brighter future. Then came a historic moment. In December 2021, a new status. Nakuru officially became a city, Kenya's fourth city. Celebrations filled the air, a huge sense of pride, a feeling of achievement. This was a milestone, the culmination of a long journey. From dusty stop to shining city, a dream realized. Today, Nakuru stands tall. It is a symbol of Kenya, of our nation's resilience, of our incredible progress, of our beautiful diversity. It is a city for everyone, a place of unity and hope. Its future is bright, full of promise. Nakuru continues to inspire, a beacon in the Great Rift Valley, Kenya's shining welcoming city.